Have you read Matthew 22? This is from the week heading to the cross and resurrection. Jesus had been teaching to the crowds in the temple. The Sadducees and the Pharisees, the religious people of the time, were seeking to discredit the teaching of Jesus. We read this in Matthew 22, beginning in verse 34. When the Pharisees heard that he had silenced the Sadducees, they came together. And one of them, an expert in the law, asked a question to test him. Teacher, which command in the law is the greatest? He said to them, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the greatest and most important command. The second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and the prophets depend on these two commands. Matthew doesn't record a response to the answer Jesus gave. These verses would fall under one of my favorite passages because of the profound truth and the impact of what Jesus said. I like when things can be simplified. I have a 30-page book that instructs me how to use my helmet communicator, and I also have a double-sided pocket guide with pictures in color describing how to use the same helmet communicator. Which one would you use? I found that with the onset of GPS guidance found in many of today's cars and also available on everyone's smartphone, that most just want to punch in the address instead of being given lengthy instructions that include turning by the barn that hasn't been there for 10 years. So when I read what we refer to as a great commandment, I am captivated. Simple enough. Love God with all you have and love your neighbor. I can remember that. If I can do those two things, I should also be living in a way that pleases God. As I ride the motorcycle, the simple rules look ahead at where you want to go, but it is easier said than done. It is easy to say, I love God and I love my neighbor. The more difficult thing to do is to align my actions to back up what I have said. How have I demonstrated my love for God today? How have I demonstrated my love for my neighbor today? Questions that I'm asking and questions you can ask yourself. Keep reading, encourage others to read, and expect to find more gems to help us live like Jesus. Thank you.